Yo, what up YouTube? Welcome back to another how to get better at Gibraltar video. I've already done 3 of these, so if you guys haven't seen those, I highly recommend checking them out. The playlist link will be at the very end of this video. If you guys don't know what this kind of series is about, I go over clips that I make. It could be me in 1v3 situations. It could just be in a 1v1 situation in a bubble. It could be like an alt play. It's anything that goes on in that whole 20-minute game. So I'll be breaking it every clip down that I have in here, second by second, pretty much explaining why I did something and why you guys should do the same thing. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video.
Arcstar here.
I just shit on the Valk. I absolutely shit on the Valk. Who the fuck is this? I just have no idea on Baywatch. Baywatch right here pushing you.
Took a bunch of
See the other team pushing?
No. Good shit, you play.
Alright, as y'all saw, it was a pretty snazzy clip. Alright, so pretty much, by the way, cool for Arc Stars, just saying, kind of cool. Alright, so this team coming up, I immediately know I want to throw alt on top of them, pretty much, so that forces them away from us, so we can fully reset and be in a comfortable position, because we're all 3 right here in this little area, and I don't like being grouped up like that, especially in ranks. So I'm either forcing them to go to the building, or I'm forcing them to push us with like panicking, because there's also this little window thing right here that the alt can drop down on. So as you can see, teammate threw down the zipline, and I didn't say anything to my teammates. I have a bad habit of not calming. You 100% need to tell your teammates what you're doing, especially if you're Gibby and you try to go on flanks like I do all the time. So right here, I just didn't say a word. I was mad focused. And I knew what I wanted to do. So I immediately, what my thought was pretty much is to get behind the team, get high ground, and look down at them as they're pretty much in this chaos. I failed my jump, but I was able to knock one because Savage was able to blast him down to pretty much 1 HP. And again, they got stuck with my ult, and their only way of really getting out of it is to go forward into my team, which 2 of them did. Or this guy that got stuck and didn't know what to do, and now he's trying to back up. And he backed up to me on the flank. So I was able to capitalize on that. I immediately bubbled down low, just so I have enough room in the bubble to work with when I climb up top. Because I know the Bangalore is still going to be alive. And another reason I bubble instead of just staying up is because I don't have any more shields now. So right there, that's what you want to do. When someone's fully running at you, you don't have time to poke out and hold your arm shield out. You just want to hurry up and get out there, take a shot, and get back in as quick as possible. And you always want to do this when someone's running straight at you. So right here, I hit him for a clean 103, and this is what's going to happen with Gibby. I hit him for a 103. I immediately got back in bubble. As you can see, I'm already in bubble, and I get blasted by his massive, even though I'm already back inside. Like right here, I'm already getting back inside. Like the bubble's all around me, and I get shot when I'm inside. So that's going to happen with Gibby. Your bigger hitbox, and just how this game is with lag and other people's connection is on his screen. I was probably still outside, even though clearly I was fully back inside. But again, when people come in the bubble like this, the best thing to do that I always recommend to everybody is just melee them out. I was able to get a clean melee that absolutely launched them fully out of the bubble, and now I have control again. Bangalore is one of those characters that is going to be hard to fight up close, kind of like an Octane, because they just move fast after they get shot. Their passive helps them a lot in these situations, but I was able to blast them backwards with the melee, and right there, this is what you want to do. Even though I miss, it's going to happen. You want to take quick shots because of how big your hitbox is. That's the reason why I got hit, is because I went out too far, even though I went back in the bubble on my screen. You have to realize how big Gibby is as a legend, and he's not fully in the bubble when you think he is. So you have to take quick shots like that, and that's going to happen time to time. But I was able to capitalize on that one. I went out a little more than what I did before. And now it's this process of finding gold, and that's the guy that had gold. And might as well do finisher to, you know, let them know I'm 10 times better. Imagine. No. I wanted my shield back right away, and I didn't feel like healing, and I didn't feel like shooting through his gold knockdown. So that was that clip. Hope you guys found that one informational, even though it was almost 4 minutes.
Regular gameplay. Back one up.
No, I fucked up. Can you help this raid? Not 10 times rather than shield off her B, bitch.
Reload. Recharging shields.
Alright, so the reason why I added this clip, as you guys just saw, it was like a little 1v1. It was a really short clip. But I just want to show, like, even with low health, you can still be effective as Gibby. And right here, I just got really greedy. I was able to break one, shoot him a little more. So I just want to flank around and hit him, like, from the other side. And right here, what I was doing is pretty much trying to ADS to hit him with one shot before I even threw bubble or anything. And I just realized I couldn't do it, so I immediately just throw bubble, and I lose a lot of health by just questioning what I should be doing. So a lot of times when I'm hurt, or like I'm running away from somebody and I throw bubble, I'll keep running a little bit after the bubble, and then I'll hurry up and turn around because they'll be fully sprinting towards me thinking I'm running, so they'll chase after me. And it catches them off guard when you turn around. So I turn around, I ADS, and just annihilate them. So with these ADSs, unlike the last video that you guys just watched, this one, it's not really going to be a quick peek. I'm a bot. A quick peek and get out because of how low I am. It's going to be one bullet. I'm going to die. So right here, I just stay ADS, charge up the PK, which when you charge up the PK and you hit your shots, you're going to hit heavy. Hit him for an 82. I back up. I'm still staying ADS because I need my arm shield. So I go in again. I'm able to blast him for 63, and he hits me with his one bullet that he needs to, or his 2 bullets, whatever it is, because he breaks my arm shield. And I'm able to stay alive because of that. So make sure when you're in these kind of fights like this and you have low health to keep your arm shield up so you can do as much damage as possible. And, you know, maybe still be able to stay up like I did right there. So that was all around just a solid 1v1, especially with having low health. And I didn't use the melee technique. So if you guys aren't really enjoying like the melee and like its chance of it missing, just make sure you're using your arm shield as much as possible in replace of that.
He's 1 HP.
Reloading. Charging on my shields.
Ooh, maybe. He's slow. He's slow. Not to give me.
Reloading.
Not the Pathfinder.
Downed another one.
Nice. You got hurt super fast. Yeah, look at this here.
Alright, so as you guys saw, you're probably wondering like what can I even like make as like an explanation to this video. And there's a few things that I want to touch on. Number one, you want to force the other Gibby to bubble no matter what you do. If you force the other Gibby to bubble, you're more than likely going to win the fight. Because we're able to break him, he bubbles, and now we take over his bubble, and I still have mine. So now they really have no protection. And also, when it comes to being Gibby, and I always talk about leading your team, and a lot of people ask, you know, when do you know you should bubble for your teammates? And situations like this, when your teammate wants to push and be more aggressive, you have to know when to bubble them into the fight. You know, normally I'm the one leading and I'll bubble forward into the fight. When they're doing the same thing, just treat it like it's you and what you need at that point of time. And he needed a bubble. He opened the door. He's getting blasted. I immediately jump down, throw a bubble because I know we're about to fight in this room. And as soon as I bubble, it just forces them to spread out. Bloodhound goes this way and the other two go down the other way. And we're able to capitalize that because, again, we have cover. They have 0, so they have to get down. And we just absolutely punish them for it. Pathfinder got obliterated by me. Knocked. And so what I'm about to do right now is just hold on off angles. So as Hector right here, which is Poppy Gordo, Hector's going to catch this right side, and he's going to hold that way. And I'm going to hold this left door, so if the person gets hit too hard, or is trying to get a different angle on Hector, I'm able to hit him from this left door, and the dude really can't do nothing about it. So that's why I stay ADS in this for so long and don't help him on the other side. It's because I'm waiting for this guy to make this move back here. And he doesn't, so I went ahead and just swung to the right side, and I was able to capitalize on that and, of course, get the res. So pretty much what this video was pretty much touching on is know when to bubble for your teammates, just like it would be for you. If you see him going in a fight, just make sure you throw bubble like an extra bit further, kind of would like you would if you were the one that was in the lead, and just throw the bubble where you would need it to be. Anyone over here?
Contact with enemy. Shield up.
All right, as you saw, these guys kind of got blasted on with the PK. So right here, I already finished our teammate, as you see. I think I went ahead and thirsted him. So now in this situation, it's just only two guys, so it's not that crazy of a clip, but there's something I really want to touch on, just kind of like the last video. Right here, I go ahead and bubble forward because I have no cover. They still are two guys. They can easily just blast me, then blast Ninka. Then there's going to be a 2v1 against our teammate. And that's the last thing we need. So I'm still going to play it safe. I'm still going to bubble. I got to poke out to shoot the Volt. I realize I'm going to be a bot lord, so I immediately go back inside the bubble. And this is when I start using the PK. So when I talk about ADSing sometimes, you're always going to need that arm shield for safety no matter what. But if you need quick shots, you need to know when you should ADS and when you should just straight up hip fire. So right here's one of the situations where I know I want to hurry peek out and hip fire, because PK is probably one of the most, like, the best weapon, honestly, to hip fire with, right alongside of the flatline, because you're going to hit the most cleanest, like, hard hitting shots. So right here, I hit both of them. And again, I'm going in and out. And again, how hard the PK hits hip firing is absolutely insane. And I hit him for a 95. And I back up again. I make sure I cock the weapon, whatever you want to call it. And I fully get back inside bubble. And I'm ready to go out again. And as soon as I do, I hit the other guy for 67. So pretty much with this video, it is simply, it's okay to hip fire. If you're not a big fan of ADSing, hip fire. You can just make sure you're going back into your bubble as you're hip firing, just for those quick shots. Because I do it mostly with the PK. If this was like a mastiff, I'd 100% be ADSing. Same thing with the Eva, I'd be ADSing. But with the PK, it's just, hip fire, and then you want to go right back in to make sure you do the animation, and then you can go back out. And the PK hits really hard, so it's worth hip firing with the PK, even with Gibby.
It's actually fucking unlucky.
Almost their blood, they're all pushing on the
Taking damage over here.
Dude, there's no way they're taking
Octane's not feeling so hot. Yo, he's low, he's low, he's low. No!
way, bro.
I was frying those fuckers, dude. Alright guys, not all the clips I'm going to show, of course, throughout this series is going to be wins. I'm going to show the L's and explain why. So right here, both my teammates are really low, and as the Gibby, you need to hold it down. I have a G7 Scout. Of course, the G7 is solid with Gibby, solid with any player, but especially Gibby. I'm able to knock one shields off, get the other guy low as well. I'm able to knock two guys' shields, and I only take pretty much a cell of damage. So I only have 25 health going. My teammates are extremely low. Now in this situation, I am looking for my teammates. I didn't know exactly where they were or where they are. So I finally found them, and I just want to bubble them right away so I can hold the front of the bubble and protect them so they can heal. And if the team tries to push me fully, they're just going to get shot as soon as they get in the bubble. Versby tries to hold it down for me, and he gets blasted, and he actually gets knocked because of that. So a little thing you want to tell your teammates if you play with people consistently, especially as a Gibby, don't tell them to not worry about you. If you still have bubble and they know you have bubble, they should not be trying to pretty much hold the team off from you. You have bubble, you're going to be safe. It's best for them to try to keep healing up or just hide until the bubble comes and then they can come out. So right there, it was just unfortunate. He was just being a really good teammate. And now, again, I still want to hold. One teammate's knocked, but I still have a teammate up, and I need to hold in front of this bubble to pretty much protect them. So he comes in. He blasts me for pretty much 50 health. As soon as I melee, again, you guys want to melee. Even though you're not going to force them out of the bubble, the melees make shots miss. It's like the last video I showed you guys. Not the last video, but the last video I posted has something similar to this, where if you melee somebody, their shot's going to go way to the left or way to the right. So I was able to do that. I was able to miss a good portion of health right there just because of his whole shot missed. And right there is all about timing the R9 shots, keeping the arm shield up. And as soon as he walks in, I blast him for all of his health. And as soon as I do that, I know I need to hurry up and slide jump to the other side of the bubble. You never want to stay in the same side, especially when you're dealing with multiple enemies. You want to be constantly moving to each end of the bubble. So I get towards the backside, reload. And again, as I'm shooting, as I'm going forward, I'm shooting and I'm coming back at the same time. So as you're going forward, you want to come back so you don't fully just stand there just as a wall and get obliterated. You always want to be moving and going back to cover because you're a big target. You're going to get blasted. So I was able to hit the Octane for 99. I backed out. I want to relocate because, again, they're wrapping on me. So I'm just going to jump, do a slide down the stairs, and I'm going to reload at the same time. And I focus one guy out. And that whole fight, I was able to knock the Ash, break the Octane fully again, and I was able to knock the Bloodhound. So it is really up to my teammate to try to clutch up. Sadly, he hit the jump pad on accident, and we weren't able to clutch it. But as Gibby, you want to be able to do that for your team. You want to be able to do all that damage, survive in the bubble as long as possible to help out your team. And right there, I just nothing else I could do. But just if you guys lose those fights, just don't worry about it. But again, as Gibby, you have to stay up in your bubble as long as possible and be as effective as possible. And right there, I was able to make an appearance pretty much. Knock 2 guys, break another guy, and stay up for my entire duration of the bubble. And when the bubble went away, I pretty much died. But that's what you want to do as Gibby.
Oh my god, dude.
Down 1. Don't worry, my brother. I got you.
You're tired.
Don't shield out.
He is up top, so he's rezzing immediately. He's gonna stick the res as well. He's sticking it, he's sticking it, he's sticking it, he's sticking it, he's sticking it. Yes, sir!
I got you, brother.
Let's go.
That's how you get the job.
Alright, so these guys are going. Blastoise and Poppy Gordon are my biggest hype guys, 100% after I win fights. So right there in that situation, I was just hoping they could hold the zipline as I'm just bullying them as they're trying to get towards us. They got caught off guard, and as soon as they got knocked, I immediately stopped doing what I was doing, immediately just turned to see what was going on. Of course, they're going to be weak because there's 2 guys right there on the one guy that they're fighting. So, able to knock a guy. And as Gibby, you're always going to bait the res. No matter what's going to happen, you normally can't get that res off, especially if you don't have bubble. And when you're playing these zip lines, it doesn't have to be on Storm Point, of course. It's just any zip line in general. If you stand above it, you always want to shoot down, of course. I got there too late. You always want to stand right in front of it because you're a big body. You're going to body block. So as you're body blocking them from going up, you want to make sure you're mailing them down. Even though they're doing damage each time this is happening, you're forcing them down and you're doing a decent amount of damage yourself, and you're keeping yourself alive for a little bit longer to decide what you want to do. So again, I try to reload. The Gibby comes up, and I do the same thing. I hurry step up, melee him back down, and now I'm going to relocate really quick. I back up the ADS, of course, arm shield, and as I'm doing this, I'm jumping and getting off because I know if I stay up there and just keep ADSing, I'm just going to die. So I need to stay moving, and the only way to stay moving is to jump to the left and pretty much jump off. So as I'm falling down, I throw a bubble far away. The reason I throw a bubble this far away is when I land, I'm over here. So if the Gibby does the same thing, he's going to be out in the open by the time I'm inside the bubble, and I'm going to have protection, and he's going to be out in the open just like I was right here. So this is good callouts. He said he's resident immediately, and I immediately take advantage of that. And I'm probably one of the most consistent hipfire snipers. I don't know why, but I am. So hopefully that was a little informational just about zipline knowledge, especially being Gibby. You're going to be a big body, and it's hard to get past that. So take advantage of that, and also melee him back all the way down. So that's huge. Sometimes if you're on PC like I am, people do some weird zipline stuff. But you can still counter just by mailing him back down. Gibby's 1 HP, bro.
Wraith off the roof, Wraith coming in door. Behind you guys.
He's solo, bro.
Well, I'm coming from the inside now.
Come on, see.
Don't worry, my brother.
All right, this clip got a little sketchy for me. Again, with this Gibby right here, I absolutely blasted. I made a mistake of trying to thermite him while he was trying to hide in cover, and he threw bubble down, which is solid on his part. You need to throw bubble down. And he has also enough room in the back where he'd be safe. And I messed around with the thermite instead of pushing with the PK, and Gibby's able to get out for free because again I could have shot him right there, and I cost it with that. Wraith coming in behind us. I'm just going to sell up. I'm going to keep selling up because I know, even though I'm taking a lot of damage, Poppy Gordo's right there on the other side of the bubble. So I'm just going to just stay being focused. Even though I'm not doing anything, I'm still doing a lot just by just being a meat shield pretty much. I start spraying just in case he comes back. I'm able to help somewhat. But this entire time, now he's right here. My teammate did not lose any health again. I'm taking that main focus. I'm not worried if, like, even if you're not doing anything as Gibby, if you take main focus, you're big chilling. Your team's big chilling because they're able to do work around you. So again, I hurry up and saw him. I flicked to him, and now is when you want to play walls and doors, whatever it is, just like you would a bubble. I don't have bubble, as you all see. I still have 9 seconds, so I want to play this just like I would a bubble, like how I peek out in a bubble. So I'm able to peek out, hit him for 94, hit that guy for 11. So this is when it becomes unfortunate, and when your teammate now needs to get main focus. So very little times does your teammates need to get main focus away from the Gibby. But right here it was solid. He knew what he needed to do. He went to the far right to force him to go left, and we're able to come out on top because of that. Kind of skipped forward, didn't mean to. So as he's swinging around right, I'm left, and he knows this, so he's just going to keep wrapping around so I can hit him from this angle, and we actually played that really well, especially for me being low health that entire fight. So that was honestly a really solid clip, especially for Poppy Gordo being able to capitalize and just make me the meat shield, and that was main focus until he needed to take main focus. So that's like one of those things you need to talk about with your teammates. Them knowing when to finally take the focus away from you, especially when you're really low.
Down some destruction.
Shit on the app. Shit on the app. Oh, me. Hit him for 90. 1v1. Right here. You're better than this, good. Nice job!
That's it, brothers. I got you, brother.
He's over here. One kid.
Care package. Level for my brothers. Come on, brother. Jimmy's got you back. Could use some help.
Alright, you guys seen this before in a thought process video. So what happens in this clip is we're getting pushed, and I'm forced to bubble and forced to ult because we have a teammate knocked. So with this ult, I throw a little behind them, but also enough on them so they can't really play this cover at all. They cannot play this rock. They're forced to push towards us. And normally when you throw ults in fights, it is either to get the team fully away from you, where they back up and you're able to reset, or if you're taking advantage of the fight, like you actually want to take this fight. We knew we had to take the fight, and a lot of the times when you want to take a fight with the ult, you want to force them towards you where they have no cover. Either that or split them. In this case, it did both. It was able to split them and give them zero cover behind this rock, so they're forced to push us all the way. So one guy went left. We were able to capitalize on that. There is a Horizon all the way in the back. She does not want to get hit by the ult, so she's just flying around in the background. So she is away, and there's a guy to the far right that's also away. So they all three got split, and they could not get behind cover. Hector overextends out of the bubble. So when you're in these situations, you want to try to keep your teammates in the bubble until it goes away, of course. He got punished for it. I was able to laser the guy on the right. And again, the rock's not safe. He went behind the rock because I blasted him, and he just got hit by the ult. So it's all about making their cover not safe, and that's what the ult's really good for. So I was able to get the knockdown, and now it's a 1v1. And I talk about it all the time. You want to play these these rocks, these like the walls, anything like that. When bubble goes away, you want to treat these objects like bubbles. So I was able to treat it like a bubble, hit him for 91, and again, treat it like a bubble. Immediately going back inside. I know he's extremely low, so I go ahead and ego push him. Hit him a little bit right there, and I had it flick again. I just want to look cool on stream. No big deal. I saw the third party coming up. I know it's a solo though. So I immediately get, again, behind my rock because I don't have bubble. I need to wait for bubble before I fully commit to the fight and, like, fight him up close. So I'm just hitting him a little bit of ways, staying around the cover. His ult messed up because I hit the grab lift. He's sliding down the hill, and I'm just constantly waiting for my bubble to come back. And I saw how far away he was down the hill when I got the bubble back, so I knew I could get the fast rest off in time. Getting the fast res off. And immediately, so I get the res off, I cut out to the back. You know, my teammate knows what to do too. He immediately bats and goes to the edge as well. And I know since I have more health, I need to take the brunt of the damage. So as soon as I get back, I get set up. I'm able to ADS. Hit him for 92. Hit him again. And again, I'm staying in here because I know my teammate cannot do anything yet. So he's full health. We're able to get down the knock. Sadly, after this, if you guys watch that thought process video, very unfortunate. I did end this game solo, but I ended at got second place. But good all around clip, and it just kind of shows, you know, when your bubble goes away, it's not the end of the world. Just know what to go to next as cover, and I use that rock pretty much for those two fights right there. Yo, hopefully you guys enjoyed the YouTube video. Again, you know, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I hope it's really helpful with the different tips I give throughout the, you know, the videos. Because of course it's different videos each time. It's different kind of, sometimes it's even different play styles that I even I do at that point in time in the video. So I know it kind of covers a lot of bases. So I really hope these videos do help out. I hope they're always going to be informational for you guys. Hope you guys learn something new each time I pull out a video from this series. So again, I'm very thankful for y'all. I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody, because when this video is going to be posted, it's going to be the new year. So first video of the new year. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'm excited for you guys to see more of this content. So I'm going to keep pushing it out. I've been absolutely enjoying YouTube, and you guys are absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much. See you guys in the next video. Peace.